And welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, March 11th, 2024. Streaming and recording live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I've got Bob Aldrit.
Michael, so glad to be here.
Glad to have you back, as well as one Justin Moore.
You know, amazing time to be here.
Amazing time. As well as a hard-working father of three, Trey Dishner.
Michael, what a great time it is to be here.
Hell yeah.
Is that what you said?
I think so, yeah.
Well, guess what?
You guys nailed it.
Great minds think
You
alike.
guys nailed it.
My man.
Timothy Dunn.
Brendan
I was hoping I didn't
said
do that.
hello this morning at 6 in the morning on the video. Yo to you.
Oh, hey.
Shout out to Cactus. Shout out to John Anthony.
Woo!
Shout out to David. John Anthony says, can we get a late happy birthday to
Oh,
Sarah?
yes, John Anthony. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
of course.
happy
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Go buy a Steaks by Sarah shirt
Yep.
at yaybasketball.com. Yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs along the way.
They're so cool.
They're so
When
cool.
Will we be able to buy steaks by Sarah?
Actually, like Omaha steaks, like freeze
my
dried.
God.
Sarah steaks.
Gentlemen, I'm so sorry. I made white chicken chili last night.
Hell yeah!
Didn't send a picture.
And I didn't send a picture, nor did I bring any for you to finally try. Trey.
Embarrassing.
I know this is all you look. This is what you want.
Thank you so much
Dang
for being
it,
here,
Bob.
everybody. We really do appreciate it. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last time we played, what did he say? The fast break, and Bob kept up with his best episode ever by telling us why Nike will send LeBron 40,000 silly little guys.
Silly little guys.
In pick or roll. It was a fun one, very fun one. Lots of laughs had all around. So be sure to check that one out if you have not already. Now, this is the basketball game show after all. So, my dear boy Justin, can we get an update on the scoreboard and a recap of our picks from last week, please?
Michael, you can indeed.
Let's look at it.
Bob,
Yes.
0 to hero, just like that.
Just like that.
The Giddler got you the 400 points. 3,750 big ones. I am in second place, 2,400 points, thanks to DeMar DeRozan having an explosion in the fourth quarter. Hey, Michael,
Hey,
you're
bud.
in third place, 1,550 points. SGA kind of let you down, but that's okay because Trey is
Hero
Dead
to zero.
last.
playing it
Sucks.
conservative.
Hero to zero. I'm playing conservative this year.
Yes, a bonus. Really fumbled the bag for you. What do you have?
1.5
18? 18, it was 19 and a half.
Yeah.
So that puts you in last place, that crown in Jeopardy.
Not worried.
Not worried.
Want to give a shout out to Ethan for joining us. Hello to Ethan.
What up,
Thank you
Ethan?
so much for being here. So, of course, we'll play a few games today, reward some points. And if you didn't stick around towards the end of the episode last time, we introduced the wheel. The winner of the episode spins the wheel for a potential bonus or potential punishment. There's a lot at stake when you spin the wheel and you win the episode. We'll find out later today in this show. So be sure you stick around for that. All right, guys, are we ready to get to today's first game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, today's first game is Over Under. Yeah, that's right. It's Over Under. This game is pretty straightforward. I will list a stat from around the league. You three will then work as a team to determine whether the actual stat is over or under the given prompt. If you get it right, you get 100 points. If you get it wrong, you get the get the points for that round. Sound good, team?
Sounds great.
All right. Round one goes like this. The Minnesota Timberwolves 2024 net rating. Your over-under is 6.5.
Net rating 6.5. T-Wolves this year, gentlemen.
Over.
They just slipped down into third. They're losing games fast, but I do love the Timberwolves.
I want to say over, but I'm going to guess it's like 6.
It's an optimistic over,
No,
is what I'm saying.
What number did you give it again?
6.5 is your over-under.
Yeah.
6.5?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 6 and it's under.
It's over.
All right.
6.6.
All right.
Let's give it the optimistic over.
Over. Final answer?
Yeah.
You all right over there, Trey?
I'm good.
Are you still good? Nope. Trey,
Of course.
you got to stop getting bullied, my guy.
No, man.
I'm sorry, Trey.
I swear.
The actual over-under is 6. Exactly. You got to stop letting them bully you.
Come on, guys.
Just real quick, I want to give a shout out to
need
John
these
Anthony
points.
for an idea for the punishment.
I know.
A punishment for the show. He says, John Anthony
Wait a
says,
minute.
a punishment for the show should be someone has to take home 40,000 silly little guys. Also, John Anthony was correct there. Yes, so another 100 points for John Anthony on the guest scoreboard. The already sliding Minnesota Timberwolves were dealt a big blow last week when Karl Anthony Towns was diagnosed with a, quote, severe meniscus injury. There is currently no timetable for his return as he will be reevaluated, in a month. The Wolves have lost back-to-back games since Cat's injury and are 5-5 in their last 10, slipping down to the 3rd seed. Bob, does Cat's potential absence shatter Minnesota's playoff goals?
I think their playoff goals were essentially to make the playoffs, get out of the first round. They know their window is closing, so get as far as they can. I don't think they can get as far as they want to go with just Ant Edwards. What?
Well, sorry to interrupt you there, but I did realize I just forgot. I forgot again.
I wasn't going to really hit you with it. I was going to wait for us to be done with this segment, but we'll do it now.
Should I do it now or should I wait?
How about
Should we all just do it?
No. No.
You want to do it with
No.
me, Trey?
Oh my God! Why not?
Should we?
Trey?
Should I wait? Should I wait a second?
He's like, since you're
I'll wait. You go. You guys go ahead.
Yeah,
and then
get
I'll
it ready.
take it right
No, I'm
before I
already
break
before
down.
your
Right
take.
before I break down.
I'm already raspy over.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I think Ant can only get them so far in the sense that we saw them go to the overtime game, and Anthony Edwards just could not pull through.
For sure.
And not really scoring any points, not really pulling the team together after Rudy Gobert went out with, technical foul after technical foul.
Oh my God.
And you got to do it. And then, and I think that just shows us quite a bit about the depth. And again, a criticism of Kyle Anderson. Looking at you, Kyle.
Hey, he can win you a playoff series.
No one's ever said that. In fact, only if you're in China, you've said that. Okay.
I don't know if I can take this much, guys. It might kill me.
All right.
Anyway, Michael's
What do you
gonna
think,
die.
Justin?
So the Timberwolves, I think their ceiling is right where it was before Cat got hurt, because I didn't see. I saw them being a second round, potentially, depending on how the bracket lines up. They could have made the conference finals in my head, but I don't see them doing really any less than that. They still have a really good defense. We're going to get to see more Naz Reid minutes. Like Naz Reid. Yeah. Trust me, I wasn't happy about it. I watched it happen. No one's more hurt by this injury than I am, right? Given that he was on my fantasy team.
Fantasy implications.
But as far as their team kind of goes, I know that they've been on a skid as of recently. But I mean, they lost games to the Cavaliers and the Lakers. Before then, obviously, they beat the Pacers and the Trailblazers, but who cares if they beat the Trailblazers? But I mean, I don't think there's any shame necessarily in losing to a rallying Lakers team, even like in the fashion that they
match up
did.
really well with
Yeah, they match up really
everybody.
well. Like, it's just what it is. So I feel like in the playoffs, like I said, there'll be a second round exit, and then that's really what they were going to be anyway, which is a step in the right direction for them from last year.
Exactly.
So for me, they're building up like teams usually do.
Yep.
I think they're out of it without Cat because, I mean, that was their biggest piece outside of Ant. And yes, they have Rudy Gobert. Yes, I mean, Naz Reid's been playing great. I don't think that he will consistently play that great. And if he does, that'd be amazing. But this team, this is what they were gambling on, is seeing how these two could, they were banking on these two, and they needed these two with Ant to be anything in the playoffs. And without Cat, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, should I do it?
Yeah. Health.
This is a lot.
Health has always been the biggest issue. And just like the Suns, they're running into that same problem. That was their biggest problem.
And they would have
This is
been
a
in a
lot.
better situation, not to say like if Gobert was if it was switched around, I think they would be in a better situation.
No.
Holy shit.
It's a lot. It's too much.
No, you got it.
Then don't.
I'm gonna. I have to.
You lose your defensive. You would have lost a defensive presence, but you
You lost the defensive player of the year versus losing just a second scoring option. in Cat.
I'm aware.
So I don't agree with that, but I will say their defense is their calling card, and their defense is going to play better in the playoffs than their offense would have. Cat has famously been like this all the time.
True.
And in the playoffs, it's been more down than it has been up. And so for them, they're a second round exit.
Michael.
I'm with that second round exit.
Yeah.
Helps my Clippers get to where, like I said, that they were going to move
Talking about
on
injuries.
up. But it'll be all right. They're, like I said,
That was a fist bump.
those fake ones.
Yeah, you're getting it anyways.
Okay.
So-
Timberwolves, hit it.
Yeah, I hear you about losing Cat, like how it doesn't help. John Anthony kind of made a similar point. Cat spaces the floor. Without him, defenses can lock onto Ant. But they're winning games by their defense.
I thought you were farting over there. I was like, dang. I was like, it's hitting that stomach already, bud.
What's up, Ira? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I just heard,
That's the most I've ever taken.
It's a big hit.
that's the most.
I told you not to do it.
Okay, it doesn't look great if Cat isn't there, especially with the rest of the West as good as it is.
Oh, that hurts.
I said this last week. The Wolves match up really well with the Nuggets because of their size, but I like their odds even less without Cat. Also, Gobert in the playoffs is not good.
True.
He gets exposed every time.
Yep.
There is one way and only one way. Like Paul said, see all the futures at once, but there's one way we can squeeze through.
Ant score 30 a night.
Yep.
Is
That's
that what
if
he
Anthony
said?
Edwards does what he did in Indiana every game in the playoffs. He was electric in Indiana. He won them the game on both sides of the ball. If he locks in, and if he's the best player on the court every night of the playoffs, then the Wolves are a threat. If not, they'll get bounced in the first or second round. Especially because of
I'm
who
sweating over here. Just
they're going to have to play. I don't like their odds against the Suns because they're going to be the 4 or the 5 seed
Yep.
because they're going to slip behind the Clippers.
Yep.
Oh my god, I haven't had any odds. I don't like their odds against, and if they somehow stay up there and they run into the team like the Lakers, we saw this last night. I don't like their odds against a team like the Lakers. The Lakers have beaten every single team at least once in the top 10 outside of the Nuggets. I think we all know that the Nuggets are probably going to beat the Lakers if they run into them. They've just got their number. They match up really well, but they just can't beat them. I don't I don't like their odds. I don't like their odds against a lot of. I don't like their odds against the
How do you like?
West without Cat.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Against the West, they are.
Do you like them against the Pelicans without Cat?
I don't hate it. But the Pelicans are huge too, though.
Yeah,
They're big. They
I do not
kinda
like
need that
them
size.
against the Pelicans.
What about the Kings?
No,
The Kings, I don't love them either because of Sabonis. You know,
Nope.
It just kind of depends.
Yeah.
I
Kings are
just
down.
don't generally like their odds against most of the West
Fair enough.
without Karl Anthony Towns, unless Ant is going to be young Dwayne Wade, young Michael Jordan kind of shit. Okay.
Let's hit it.
Okay, let's get it.
It's a good one.
Good job, guys. 100 points. Nope, 100 points.
Damn
for me.
it! We almost tricked him. Trying to get him to forget.
You can have
Trey,
it. You can have
trust.
All right,
Okay?
breathe. Okay.
Come on.
Stand on your nuts, Trey.
Stand on nuts.
standing on it.
Well, yeah.
Stand on nuts.
Don't.
Standing on it.
The Dallas Mavericks point differential over the last 6 games. I'm really lightheaded. Over under negative 11.5. A reminder for negative numbers. Closer to 0 is over.
All right, so Luka just broke a record. Most 35 point triple doubles.
Luka
Crazy.
himself has been destroying.
Nuts. So I automatically want to take the over.
It's like 12. It's like 12 point or 11 point. I'm not gonna say the number, but it's over.
Yeah. Oh, closer to 0.
You think it's closer to 0?
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
been losing.
They
games.
have, and that's the truth. I don't know.
But that's where it's
They have
catchy.
no defense, and they're losing games, but net rating, it's just the Mavericks net rating.
I'll trust you, Trey. Stand on your nuts.
Over.
Over.
Let's go.
But when you say, hold on, when you
What?
say over, do you think
Closer
they're
to 0.
You think they're closer to 0?
Okay.
Okay, I like
Wait,
it.
so closer to 0?
Yeah, you're thinking they're doing better than the 11 point. negative. That's what I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna rock with that way. Yahweh. Over.
With Trey.
With Trey.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Yeah.
We're never listening to Trey again.
Never
We're
listen to
to you
Trey.
again, Trey.
Stop talking.
I was confused on the question on how I was asking. Come on.
We're kidding.
You see it over here?
I know.
They
we're
can
messing
see
with
it.
you.
Can you see?
We're playing conservatively
No.
now.
He comes I really can't.
So the Mavericks.
Luka Doncic has accomplished something we've never seen this weekend when he recorded his 6th straight 35-point triple-double. Even with Luka's recent greatness, the Mavericks are 3-3 in that 6-game stretch, and they now sit in the 8th seed in the West. Trey, are the Mavericks a playoff threat?
Are the Mavericks a playoff threat? Yes, they are. Why they are is because they have Luka and they have Kyrie Irving. And those guys, I mean, Luka's just broke a record, as I just said. He can pop off for 40 points at any given time. Kyrie can do the same thing. Derek Lively is a young guy that can come in and has been playing well. They don't really know. I mean, he's a rookie, so you don't really know how to match up with him. I think they're a threat, especially with the Timberwolves losing Cat. I can see them knocking the team off, like in the playoffs, first round.
Who?
Timberwolves. Easily, Timberwolves.
So with you, Trey.
Yes.
In this instance, depends on where they fall, right?
Yes.
If they have to play the Nuggets, they're not winning. But if they have to play, I think they of the top 4 seeds, 1 through 4, they could beat the Thunder, they could beat the Timberwolves, and they could beat the Clippers.
Agreed.
They could.
Yes.
The likelihood isn't there, but I think they could beat any of those teams because Luka would be the best player in all those series, in my opinion. And I think he's playing, and he also in the playoffs. Playoff Luka is another thing as well,
For sure.
right? So if he'd have to play one of those 4 teams, if he has to play the Nuggets, I don't. He's not beating them. After that, I like his chances again against the Timberwolves and Thunder. That's more of the youth movement, and I do think with the subtraction of Cat, the Mavericks with their newly acquired, I call them, they're meaning bigs, but they're not really bigs. In my opinion, that's
Gafford.
footers, but yeah, the Gafford,
PJ
Derek Lively,
Washington.
PJ Washington. So with those lob threats to go, like he can't stop. Gobert can't stop all of them. So with that, also the Thunder, their biggest weakness, in my opinion, is their size and rebounding, and so I feel like with them having limited offensive threats outside of Shea, it becomes mano a mano kind of a game with the Thunder a little bit.
And Luka's going to win that. Probably.
And I don't think you can realistically. You're not stopping either of them, so it's just going to come down to fun to see who's going to play better. So I think they could be a threat. I still would, if I put my money on it, I would still bet on them losing in the first round. But I obviously think they will make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the additions on depth, like you mentioned, PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, that is telling us from a tactical side that they want to improve their depth. They want to emphasize rebounding and lob threats. They want to emphasize transition offense, but they don't want to emphasize necessarily defense.
None of it.
Which has been their downfall. With that being said, I think Luka is better. If the Mavs and the Thunder meet, Luka and them are going to win in like 5 games. If they run into the T-Wolves, it's going to be like a 6-game series. But if they run into the Clippers, it'll be a 7-game series. And
Clippers be a dogfight.
and that's going to be tough for the Clippers to come out of that and make a run for it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's going to be even more difficult for the Mavericks to come out of a 7-game series, for Luka to come out of a grueling 7-game series against the Clippers and try to progress after that. So I agree with you. You're right. The Nuggets are the only team that's guaranteed going to beat the Mavericks, and those other 3 teams they're not going to be easy for them. And I think despite the depth and the addition of the depth, I think Luka can only take them against so much of that, and they'll run into the top 4 teams, and there's a good chance that they could lose to the Clippers or the Nuggets, which will probably be the matchup.
I agree with a lot of what Justin said. I don't think the Mavericks are a legitimate playoff threat. I don't think anybody wants to see the Mavericks because of Luka. So he can just explode and get you a few wins. But is this team going to beat the Nuggets? No. Are they going to beat the Thunder? Maybe, but I doubt it. Are they going to beat the Clippers? I don't see it. It'd be close. It'd be a tight series, but I don't see it. Do I think they're a legitimate playoff threat? I'm going to say no. If I had to choose right now, I'd say no.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for round 3?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it fair to say that Luka never really seems to be tired? Like, he could play like 50 minutes a night, but he doesn't like run. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just like, yeah, whatever.
He was tired in the Hawks game where he
Yeah.
scored 70.
Well, that's, yeah, 70's a lot, but I hear you.
All right, round 3. Steph Curry's 2024 effective field goal percentage. Over under 57.5.
57.5. I think it is under, but it's going to be the 57.
I hear you, but I just don't want to listen to Trey again.
You better listen to me. It's under.
Fine. You know what, Trey? I'll listen to you again. Fool me once. Fool me can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again. It's the saying down
You know
here
what I
in
mean?
Texas. I'm
I
sure
can
you
see
have it there in
He's-
Tennessee
he's-
too.
That team has nothing, so he's their offense. So
Yeah, again, like 2 seasons.
You said it was
ago.
under, Trey?
I think it's under.
Under.
Final answer?
Yeah, might as well.
It's him.
Let's
Go.
You got it right.
We're the best.
Warriors superstar and greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry, is dealing with another batch of ankle issues. The Warriors are struggling without their best player and are 0-4 in his absence this season. Bob, how worried are you about your Warriors?
The worry with the Warriors is, by this point, over the last 2 seasons, it's almost like an anxiety thing. It's just every day I wake up and the first thing I think about is, God damn it, Warriors. But at least I know Steph is there. And at least I know that there's hope because someone that incredible can keep them afloat, at least in the top 9. Were they at 10? Damn it. But regardless, interchangeable 10 through 7 seed, in the West this year, let's be honest. 0-4 without Steph is not a surprise this season. Not a surprise. What is a surprise is that, again, we're looking at lineup differences that Steve Kerr just wants to stick with. Klay Thompson taking a downfall. We see Jonathan Kuminga not taking the full step that he needs to take, almost like this cool half step, like fulfilling a role. Moses Moody is still there, so the depth is still there. There's still belief and hope, but there's no actual result from it. And without Steph, there's no hope. So the Warriors are dead in the water without him, unfortunately. When he comes back, they're going to hang on, and they're going to cling to the play-in spot. The Rockets won't overtake them. They won't fall out of the play-ins, and they're going to stay in there and just hang on for dear life and make a Heat-esque run. That's the only fucking hope they have. You know what I mean?
All right.
Oh, man.
By this point.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
Justin.
Are you serious?
No,
That's not absurd.
It's
Steph
I think
Curry.
it's horribly absurd.
Yes, it is,
Only
bro.
only from this point of view. Only from this point of view. Is that if you're let's just compare it last year to the Eastern Conference. These other Western Conference play-in teams are way better than those Eastern Conference play-in teams. Do I think the Golden State Warriors can even, let's say they can win 1. They're not winning 2 games against, theoretically, the Mavericks and the Lakers. They're not
I
gonna
don't
win
believe
both
that
of
at
those
all.
games. And that's fine. The
Neither do
facts,
you, Trey.
The
What?
facts are the facts.
I don't know, man.
I say I'm not worried about it because they're a non-contender at this point in time. As far as they're gonna have a play-in game because that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, the way I look at it, I also personally, how I see it playing out is if it ends like this, the Kings lose to the Mavericks, the Lakers then beat the Kings, and there's your playoff. Because I don't think the Golden State Warriors are winning that game. I think if anything, if it's going to come down to how bad the injuries are, but if they're even a little bit worse than just knick-knack, paddywhack injuries, they're gonna not put him down, but they're gonna sit him down. They're gonna be like, we don't need you to do this. We'd rather you not because we know we can't do anything, even though we're missing on your prime. And I feel like they think they missed out in the trade deadline.
No.
I feel like the Warriors think they should have made moves, and they regret not making those moves. And they realize they have to move off Andrew Wiggins. They have to move some pieces. They got to get rid of Chris Paul. They got to figure this thing out because they have to kind of retool if they're going to compete for the future, or if they're just going to ride on the Three Amigos retirement tour in a couple of years.
Trey.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Warriors. I mean, because they're going to be in trouble if Steph and Clay isn't at their top performance. I mean, they're relying on these young guys, like you said, Moses Moody, Brandon Brzezinski, which they're good and they have great potential, and this is the future of the Warriors. But for now, yeah, I am worried about the Warriors. I do not see them being a contender in the playoffs this year.
Definitely not in the playoffs. He'll obviously be back in time for the playoffs, but I just don't know what it means for the regular season if he's not there. You know, if he misses a week, lucky for them, Şengün's out. I don't foresee the Rockets going on a streak. The Lakers have a really tough stretch. I could see them probably dropping 4 of the next 10.
The Jazz went out.
Yeah, definitely. But they just need him back as soon as humanly possible, as soon as physically possible. Chris Paul looks like shit since he's been back. He looks very old. They're missing Podziemski, and they're hurting without him. And John Anthony here makes a really good point. The issue with every single player besides Curry is that they're wildly inconsistent. Mm-hmm. Clay can give you 30 one night and then 4 the next. And that is probably the biggest problem, with the Warriors. So are they going to go on a Heat-esque run? No. No.
Where's your boy Kevon Looney?
No one's watching Trace Jackson Davies well enough. CP3 works with the secondary more than he works with the starters.
They've got good pieces. They're not gonna run through the West. There's too many killers in the West. And I don't even know.
But you get down to a 7-game series, it's all tactics, and you have Draymond Green, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, and Steve Kerr, albeit.
Are they beating the Nuggets in a series?
In the Nuggets? Hell no. And that's a problem.
Are they beating the Thunder?
I don't even think the Mavericks.
That's a damn good question.
I don't think they make it out of the play-in.
That's a damn good question.
I think they're the worst team in the
play-in.
play-in.
It's a damn good question.
I think they're the worst team in the play-in.
They're literally the worst team in the play-in.
Well, yeah, obviously standings-wise, but also like matchup-wise. I don't like their matchups. Like I like their matchup against the Mavericks most of any of the other 3 teams.
And the Kings.
I guess because they big brother them all the time.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just different.
One broken finger.
Alrighty, guys, you know what time it is. Do you know what time it is?
Hit him!
It's time for Bob's Buckets.
Every time, the only time you get a Bob Bucket. Every Monday, thanks for joining us, guys. As always, the part that you actually stay tuned for. 2 things. The Oscars were yesterday. Gentlemen, 2 NBA players currently playing have Oscars. Can you name them?
LeBron.
Nope.
Anthony Edwards.
Nope. But another T-Wolf player.
T-Wolf?
Mike Conley and Kevin Durant. Both of which won for a documentary series last year. Both were part of the project. I don't think, LeBron was not on the list of Academy Award winners.
I just assumed he would have been a producer on something. What was it? Oh, you don't know.
This is not his bucket.
It's called
bucket.
Thunderstruck. No, I'm kidding.
All right, is that your bucket then?
No, that's not my fucking thing.
What?
No,
Is that your bucket?
No, my bucket is Jaylen Brown. The man's been averaging.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Dude's on a tear. He dropped 41 in a loss to Denver.
Yeah.
However, but Jaylen Brown over the last 5 games has averaged damn near 30 points, 25, 29, 21, 41, 27. Absolutely crushing it. Assists are still low because he doesn't know how to pass the ball, but at least his rebounds, are going
He
up.
does not pass.
But when he touches the ball, his
That
left
dude
hand
does
doesn't work
not
very
pass.
But when you think about a star, like a secondary star, you want him to drive and not pass, but pass when you need to. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But he doesn't fucking pass.
He shoots.
So he's like just a secondary star almost. And it's like, that's not complimentary to Tatum. So what does that say about, Tatum's non-MVP, early development? I don't know. Is Jaylen taking away more than he is contributing?
It's almost like somebody says they don't compliment each other on a regular basis. This guy says that they're not a great duo because they don't do different things. They do the same shit.
Well, I mean, the mentality is more or less the same. They both think they're Kobe. It's like you can't just have 2 Kobes on the team. One quite literally believes he is the second coming of Kobe, so it's even more complicated.
Who's more Kobe, Tatum or Booker?
Booker.
Tatum.
Booker.
I think Booker as well.
Tatum is too vocal. Kobe wasn't as vocal as Tatum is.
Tatum plays.
Booker's super vocal.
Such a little bitch.
No,
Never mind.
Booker's known for talking shit.
Yeah, never mind.
but
I get
no.
back to Tatum.
I'm giving it to Booker.
No, Booker's a bitch.
It's a mentality.
Booker's got the killer in him.
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Again?
We're doubling in pickup games.
It's the random question of the day. It's the random question of the day, folks. These have been getting a little bit too easy, as we discussed before the show. But for the listeners and the viewers at home, these have been getting a little bit too easy, so we have to correct that because the idea behind it is 1,000 points is a lot of points.
You gave one away. Like you made it on purpose.
What are you talking about?
The Mizzou one. You gave him one.
No,
So don't
shut
blame
up.
the
Conspiracy
don't-
theory.
No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right.
I don't recall.
The 1996 Charlotte Hornets
go.
went 41-41 in the regular season, with players like Glenn Rice, Del Curry, and Larry Johnson. They finished 6th in the Central Division with the league's 8th best offense, but missed the playoffs for the second time in 3 seasons. Your question today is, who was the head coach
I
of
knew
the
it.
1996 Charlotte Hornets?
It's like it's going to be a head coach question.
1996.
Show me Mike Brown.
Nope.
I know.
I would like to guess Rick Carlisle.
Nope. Nope.
Who cares?
You're not going to get it. Just throw it in. You won't. Just throw it in.
Okay.
Cherokee Parks.
$1996. All right. Rick Scott.
Nope.
No answer. No, it was the one, the only Alan Bristow.
Oh my god!
Of course, how could you not think of Alan Bristow?
Dude.
The
What
man,
that
the
guy?
myth, the man, the myth, the legend.
Didn't he win Coach of the Month in
1996.
October of '96?
Yeah.
Can you look that up, Michael?
Wait, what about Dave Cowles?
If he did, he gets 1,000.
thought you knew this.
1,000 points.
All right, so that means I think it's time that because I'm feeling a little curious. Are you feeling curious, Bob?
Constantly.
Oh, you mean
Great. It's time for the Curiosity Corner.
SGA. I'm curious in all aspects of my life.
Welcome to the Curiosity Corner. It's the place where we ask and answer the questions that I'm just curious about. Starting with something that made me very happy this week. Bob, I'll let you begin.
Yeah.
Bob, are we done with the 90s?
Admittingly, there was almost a moment for the bucket today that I would recommend going to watch some highlights of some players from the 90s. And I would ask you, do you think this player would play in today's NBA?
Riding the bench.
Thank you. Probably not.
Justin, are we done with the 90s?
not in the way it's been made out to be this week, I feel like, but I mean, it's whatever. I just think it's all silly nonsense just because the people of today want to do what they think the people of yesteryear did to them. So that's what it's going to cycle towards.
Doesn't make any sense. Trey.
Are we talking about basketball or are we talking about...
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want to talk about, Trey?
What?
No. Yeah, I don't think we are.
You're not done with the 90s?
Not done with them? No.
I'm so done.
They're
I'm so
fucking
happy.
30 years ago, bro. It's like in the 60s you're watching in the 90s you're like, oh yeah, this is like what we have today.
Players in the 60s were better than players in the 90s.
Oh, see?
No, you're
see?
crazy.
This is what I said literally, I want to say last year when I was like, oh, LeBron fans are becoming what they think Jordan fans are. And it's the same
90
situation. It's
90s
young
players
kids
played-
become what they think the 90s stands are. And that's how we go.
I like the 90s.
Yeah, it was one of the. It's made me so happy. People, the argument is obviously over. It was over years ago, but it's like definitely done now, and I'm glad that everybody's kind of come to their senses. And like, I rewatched the condensed version of Game 1 of the '96 finals, and I was like, dude, this is unwatchable. It's so bad. These are the best defenders in the league. These are the best teams in the league. Oh my gosh. And we had like Michael Jordan is some like superhero, and it's just most of the time I'm watching it and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess. It's just it made me so happy. All the memes and all the.
I'm not done with
and
it.
all the
I
stuff.
appreciate it. Though, it's just like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, like somebody
They'll say the same
they'll
thing.
say the thing
And that's
about
fine.
the LeBron. Be
And
like,
that's fine.
I'm not.
But
well,
you have
because
to
they're
move on.
gonna
then why don't
evolve.
we just say it now?
You can respect
We're
it.
done with these
No.
shitty NBA players today. and
'Cause
just
we'll
say
be
it now,
like,
get
it's
ahead of the
LeBron.
curve.
We respect it, and then we break down into generations, and it's like, yeah, Michael was the best of that generation, but let's be honest, as soon as the 2000s hit, it's a different type of basketball. It's an entirely
But
different
he
game.
still played really good.
Even in the game was still the same close in the 90s and like the 2010s, honestly. Like
True.
pushing it
You're
like
right.
2008,
You're right.
2009, that game was similar to the 90s, but we're entering an entirely different
You're
era.
right. You're right.
And Kevin Durant actually is one of those first people to kind of step into that. Dirk, I think, opened it. Kevin Durant sprinted through it, and now we're seeing that of KP, Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren. Like, this is a new generation. That just didn't exist back then. And they'd all be freaks in the 90s, and we'd all be talking about how they were the best of all time.
Why would we?
Because they were freaks.
I know, but like, what would they?
That archetype didn't exist in the 90s.
I understand the question. Well, my thing is, what would they do in the 90s that would make them freaks?
Score over everyone
Basketball-wise.
because they're 7 foot and they can shoot a 3-pointer.
They wouldn't
and
shoot
no
threes.
one else
They'd
can.
get benched immediately.
Okay, but
Because they
Michael,
wouldn't shoot threes.
But,
That's the point.
But again, you have Michael Jordan hitting the ball off the side of the backboard on a ISO pull up.
You mean like LeBron
when he
did a
could have
couple weeks
kicked
ago?
out? Okay, you're
But see,
nitpicking
that's the
one-to-one
point.
game.
It's all the same. It's always been the same.
But one has a score. Okay, well, if you want to get into that, one has a scoring title and the other doesn't. So one is more efficient in scoring and one has more points versus the GOAT.
I didn't say he was the GOAT. I'm just saying the eras of basketball, they're not that different.
The '90s are pretty different.
They're
from today.
And the 60s are different from the 90s
know.
in that same respect.
We can make my
it's a
my
30
point.
year
My
difference.
bigger
It's totally
point was
fine.
you can take
It's
clips
cool.
from any era and make that era look garbage.
Yeah, but it's
And
not
you can
just
take
nitpicking, though.
clips from any era and make it look like the greatest thing ever played.
You can. 'Cause
Michael,
you can
go ahead and pull up
players.
go ahead and pull up the clip of the 90s of the guy hitting his head on the backboard while he was blocking a dunk.
a game.
Or you could pull
Thank
up like
you.
a player like Nate Thurman from the 70s where people were like, guys today were like freak athletic and this and that. But you can pull a guy up like him from the 70s and this dude is in more shape than LeBron and everything.
Yeah.
Like I mean, for his time,
Yeah.
pull the guy's picture up. The dude
George Gervin, the Iceman. The Iceman is someone who, in today's game, would fit an archetype that is essentially exactly what we have today. A more like a LeBron type. Forward, scored in the paint, drove a lot, and could shoot the ball. He didn't get the recognition in that time period because I think, Justin, there were other things that were more important, or people focused more on defense potentially, which George Gervin is a very good defender. But still, like that archetype and that type of player, he was ahead of his time, but doesn't get recognized or doesn't get the thanks that he deserves. That in today's NBA he would thrive.
These
So it goes both ways.
conversations
Is what I'm trying to say.
is why I stopped ranking Bill and Wilt because I was done having era conversations.
Yeah,
I get
because it just gets disrespectful for no reason. I guess that's maybe
sure.
my point. It's like you're just crapping on people because you think other people crapped on your people, and so I don't think people actually believe what they say they believe. I think they just wanted to go get confirmation bias for their thing. That's what I really think it is. That's my thing. Like I've
Yeah,
heard
it's
people
just-
all over the internet say that like sixth men today would be the MVP in '91, and I go,
That's fucking
no.
crazy.
I mean, I don't know the MVP, but like they'd be starters probably. Yeah, it's the funny part to me is that like all the Jordan people that are like,
This is so disrespectful. I can't believe it.
what do you mean? While every single second of LeBron's play for the last 21 seasons has been dissected to an nth degree, and it's like, all right, well, you guys couldn't handle it for a week and a half. Fucking babies. All right. Well, good. I was just curious about that, and I'm curious about something else. Y'all fucking with the Orlando Magic song?
The song.
The song.
I don't know if I've heard that.
You haven't heard it.
I haven't heard this at all.
You are on TikTok. You've heard it.
I haven't
Nope.
heard the Orlando Magic song.
I don't think I've
You've
either.
heard it. We might get copyrighted. But I don't really care.
We don't care.
You haven't heard this?
No, but I'm in
Turn
already.
it up. Oh.
I'm in.
I can't believe you guys haven't heard that.
Oh,
Oh, I never heard that part.
Keep it going.
I never heard that part. Wow, that's great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I never heard that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I fuck with that. That guy was,
I'm in.
that guy was
I'm in.
good. He said,
and you know what? I'm still in on the Magic too.
Still in on the match?
Yeah, I was
I'm on
worried
that.
for a minute, and then
I'm
here they
in on
come
that.
roaring back. I think it's going to be. Listen. I had. Never mind.
What?
No, we're starting with you, Justin.
At
Go
one point in
ahead.
time, I thought it was going to be Heat Magic in the first round, and it was going to be like battle for Florida. But I don't think the Heat are coming back up in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuck in my head all the time. I'll just be walking around. Orlando Magic.
I will be now.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh. Alrighty. Well, I think I know what time it is. Abracadabra. I think I know what time it is. If you know what time it is, Trey, do you know what time it is?
I think I do.
All right. Let's do it.
Alrighty, guys. So we are going to be talking about a team out of the West who's on a 2-game win streak.
Oh, that's a big one.
Damn.
A crazy one. Well, actually, we're going to be talking about a player from that team who last night put up a historical stat line and became the first player in NBA history to record 27 points, 25 rebounds, 7 steals, 5 assists, and 3 blocks in a single game. Only 16 players in league history have reached all 5 marks in their entire career, let alone all in one game. Can you guys guess who it is?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Cole Anthony.
Well, it's Anthony Davis is the one that recorded it.
Oh
But it's,
yeah, I thought you were asking for
Yeah,
the player.
well, he's the
Hakeem.
that's who I was asking.
Yeah.
Who did it?
It was
last
AD,
night.
It was
yeah.
AD.
AD. So yeah, with that being said, with them being on a 2-game win streak, they're playing decently well at home. Is this the dark horse out of the West?
I mean, to win the West, no. But yeah, I think they can make a conference finals run. Of course.
Yeah, unless they lose to the Warriors, you know what I mean? Then, then I don't think it's happening. So
Yeah, I mean, they match up really well with most of the teams in the West. Like I said, except the Nuggets. You know?
if D'Lo continues to be
Match up
amazing,
well.
totally.
So this is the one team that you could see taking the Nuggets out, that like a underdog team.
no, the
I mean,
Warriors.
it could have. I just don't think it will.
Yeah, thinking that they're going to be the 8 seed. I think the Nuggets are going to be the 1 seed. They're a first round exit. But do I think they could beat the Thunder? Yes. So a second round exit.
Okay.
That's what I got. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're surging at the right time.
Yeah.
They seem to find a rhythm. That win over the Bucks was good with D'Lo going for 44, I believe, right?
Insane.
And that Spencer Dinwiddie block on Lillard at the end of the game. Golly, yeah, I mean you can't really count them out with LeBron and AD still.
That's the biggest
And
thing.
Christian Wood. So
Yeah, and
you
like
never know.
if those guys are healthy,
Gabe Vincent should be back.
it's always
Oh,
yeah.
for sure,
They
yeah.
are going to get Gabe Vincent back. They
be-
are going to
Vabe
get
Ginson.
Gabe Vincent.
Vando back. They're going to kind of approach health right as the playoffs come. So I think that I mean
We shall see.
I don't know about a dark horse to like they're not going to win the conference, but I could see them making a conference finals run
For sure.
It's possible. Alrighty, well, we should probably get to today's game of the day, shall we?
Let's do it.
This one's one we've only played once, and it was a long time ago, and we've tweaked it, so it should be a good old time. And it's called One-on-One.
One-on-one, winner takes all.
One-on-one.
One-on-one.
One-on-one. One-on-one.
One-on-one.
One-on-one.
I like that. It's a good intro. Hell yeah.
All I could think about
Well
that
done.
entire intro. The quote unquote intro.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. 1-on-1.
All right, this is how this one works. I will give you a category, for example, Eastern Conference teams. You will then go back and forth one-on-one,
Hey.
each naming a team, player, person, or subject that falls within the category. The points will increase with each round. The first person unable to come up with a response that falls within the category loses, and the points from that round go to the winner. You must answer quickly and clearly. I will settle any disputes. Sound good, gang?
So we're all against each other.
Nope.
Nope.
We're all against each other.
I mean, kind of.
One-on-one. All right, think of a number between 1 and 1,000.
As always,
950.
40.
500.
It was 999.
Nice.
So, Justin, choose your opponent for round one.
I was assuming we're all going to play each other at a certain point in time.
Yes.
Yes.
So you just pretty much get to start the order.
Yeah. Let's. I want to go against you first, Trey.
You want this
We've been
smoke?
talking a lot of act.
All right, let's do it.
These last couple of weeks.
do it.
All right, category 1. So once I say it, so you got the number. So do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me
All
to keep
right.
track of these?
It doesn't matter how many you do. It's just the first one to be unable to do
I
it.
got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Category 1's worth 25 points. Current or former Rockets players.
Hakeem Olajuwon,
James Harden.
Patrick Beverly,
John Wall.
Scottie Pippen,
Trevor Ariza.
Chris Paul.
PJ Tucker.
Eric Gordon,
Jeff Green.
Jalen Green,
John Christopher.
Şengün.
Tari Eason.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Dwight Howard.
Jabari Smith Jr.
Michael, let's go. You're freaking me out.
John Christopher is not in Basketball Reference.
J-O-H-N?
Josh Christopher is his name.
Well then,
Josh Christopher. I was thinking quick.
25
Sorry.
big ones.
25
God
slapperoonies to Justin.
Josh Christopher definitely was one, but not John.
Is there a Josh Christopher?
Yeah, for sure. Look it up.
Oh,
Sure
there
is.
Yeah.
No, not John, no.
Not John.
All right, so then the next one will be Trey and Bob going at it.
Get it. Who starts?
I think of a number between 1 and 50.
25.
It was 49. So Trey,
Trey.
you want
I'll
to go
go
first?
second.
You want to go second?
I like it.
Category 2 is worth 50 points. The category is Hall of Famers.
Larry Bird,
Kobe Bryant.
Magic Johnson,
Bob Cousy.
Hakeem Olajuwon. I'll take it.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Are
What is
I'm
going
just on
on?
a brain
you
fart
good?
right now. I'm just brain fart.
How many points is that?
50 points to
50
boobs.
points to boob.
Damn it.
All right. That means it's Cheston and Babe. This one's worth 75
Thinking too hard.
points.
Who starts?
1 and 100.
99.
I'm going to go
This is
with...
99.
Damn it. I was going to go like 98. Damn.
All righty.
You
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Category 3 is worth 75 points. The category is Kobe Bryant teammates.
Derek Fisher,
Shaquille O'Neal.
Pau Gasol.
World Peace.
That's not his name. That threw me off. I'm sorry.
What is his name?
That is his name.
He did at one point. He did change his name to Meta
Ron-
World
Ron
Peace.
Artest.
When
But
he,
still
when
very
he
much.
played with Kobe.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. Damn it.
I would have gave you a run for your money. on that
75
one.
points. Well, you say that, but couldn't think of more than 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's different though because
Kareem Rush.
you got to think of old players that have played that are good that
Yeah,
may
the
not
great
be inducted
ones.
yet.
Yeah.
So
like
that's
Tim
harder.
Duncan,
That's
Michael
harder
Jordan,
that's a lot harder
Dwayne
than
Wade, Chris
than-
Bosh,
Kareem
just that-
Abdul-Jabbar.
True,
Pau
but
Gasol.
team players are easier for me. I don't know.
Fair enough. Whatever. It's okay.
Okay. It's
Also
okay.
hate the Lakers.
Kevin Garnett. Paul Pierce.
All right, it's going to be Justin and Trey this time. Category 4 is worth 100 points, and the category is current point guards.
Luca. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, I realized it didn't. But yeah, go ahead.
Kyrie Irving,
I'm going to go Steph Curry.
De'Aaron Fox.
I'm going to go with John Morant.
I'm gonna go with Scoots Henderson.
I'm going to go with Drew Holiday.
I am going to go with CJ McCollum.
Damian Lillard.
Let's go with Kyle Lowry.
Let's go. Let's go with him. Let's go with Gabe Vincent.
Let's go with Colin Sexton.
Oh, good call. I'm going to go with 1, Alex Caruso.
I'm going to go with Trey Jones.
I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson.
Let's go with Tyus Jones.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go with Fred VanVleet.
Let's go back to Emmanuel quickly.
Oh, let's go with... Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go with Franz Wagner. That's not true.
Let's go!
Let's go, Trey.
Let's go!
Let's go, baby.
Franz Wagner.
I will
brother.
also say I'm going to call BS on the Kyrie Irving pick, but it's fine.
Yeah, you look, but
Oh,
he's
but the Luka
he's a
one-
point guard.
Luka is the point
both
guard.
of
Hang on
them-
a second.
both
Hang
of
on a
them-
second. If we're gonna allow Luka, we're gonna allow Kyrie.
Thank
both,
you.
They both play the 1.
Agreed.
They
Luka
alternate
plays the
between
one.
they alternate between who plays the 1. If you're gonna allow Luka, we're gonna allow Kyrie. And so it's fine. But most definitely, Franz Wagner is not a point guard. So. All right, so that means it's
go.
100 points to Trey there. Now it'll be between Trey and Bob for their last matchup. Category 5 is worth 125 points. The category
Who's
is
going first?
Let's think of a number between 1 and 70.
Let's go 20.
Bro, it's 69.
It was 1. Trey, you want to go?
I'll go
first. All right.
Idiot.
Fucking dummy.
All right, lock in.
All right. Category is worth 125 points. The category is NBA arenas.
Oh, I hate what's coming.
Smoothie King Center.
Crypto.com.
Scott Trade Center.
Intuit Dome. Thank you.
Okay. 125 points for Bob. I'm going to shit my pants.
What's the last category?
The bomb is wrecking me right now.
What's the last category?
Okay. The last category is going to be a matchup between Justin and Bob. Think of a number between 1 and 1 million.
52,000.
This one is 69.
It was 500,000. So,
Fuck.
Justin,
I'll go first.
you want to go first? All right. Category 6, our last category in one-on-one. It's worth 150
like
points,
this
and the
game.
category is international players.
Ooh, Joel Embiid,
SGA.
Kyrie Irving,
Jamal Murray.
Ben Simmons,
Dylan Brooks.
Jokic.
Yeah, I like Alperen Şengün.
Okay, I like Giannis.
I like Bogdanovic.
I like Thanasis.
I like Bojanovic.
Oh,
No, it's
What?
you should have just said the other Bogdanovich.
You
Oh,
said
Bojan
Bogdanovic, and then you
It's
said
Bojan
Bojanovic.
and Bojan and
I did.
Bogdan.
No, that's 150
Damn it.
points. To Justin.
I had the Vucevic's in the clip too.
Oh, buddy.
What?
Fuck.
It was close.
I want
though.
one more
I
with
thought
you.
you were just going to
do
say.
you?
I thought you were just going to say
All Canadians.
Bogdanovic again, because I
Yeah.
would have allowed it.
I would have been fine with it too.
thought too much
Yeah, makes
about it.
sense.
Justin's a good one.
I had Franz on the
had that
screen.
one.
Oh, yeah.
And I had Mo on deck too.
I had Bobo,
Taco.
Manute,
Okay.
All right, stop,
Yeah.
Hakeem.
Dirk.
You gotta stop.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Fabocephalusha.
Oh, really?
Leandro Barbosa.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, now that we've
Rock
got
Bell.
all these points,
Hachimura.
Justin, give us a quick rundown. Who won
Japan?
the episode
serious?
and who gets to spin the wheel?
Okay, so Michael, Trey,
Yes.
200 points each.
What?
You didn't win.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Bob, you had 275 points. Good job. 350 to this guy.
Give this man this wheel.
Spin
Give me
the
that
wheel.
wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
All right, if
Spin
you can't,
the
if you
wheel.
can't see, it also looks like there's a little bit of I don't know. It looks like a potato quality for the boys' cameras, but whatever. Tilt that a little bit. There you go, towards me. Nice. And just a reminder, if you weren't here for our first episode with the wheel, some options that we have are co-host choose your bet, steal 100 points, your bet odds are doubled, lose 100 points, free 200 point bet, steal 500 points. Pick a bet for your co-host. So you got some options there. Go ahead and spin the wheel.
And kiss Bob.
Spin
the
the
wheel.
wheel.
Spin the wheel. Kiss Bob. Kiss Bob. Kiss
That's a
Bob.
good spin. Bob had an ass spin last week. Your bet odds double.
My bet's double?
Yeah,
Like-
your bet odds are double.
Oh, nice.
You work with two
2x.
2x.
I like it.
Wait,
I like
what? Christian Brown over 11.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
It's a real.
That's
It's
the
real.
real line. There's no way that's a real
It's
line.
real.
Yeah, it's on both of them.
I confirmed it.
Yeah.
It's real.
Who do they
It's
play
real.
tonight?
They play the Raptors. Going to be a blowout. He's going to get
Hey,
more
bro.
minutes.
Hey, sophomore slump. Watch it.
All right. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so your bet odds.
He's
double.
going to get 11.
Probably.
That'd be so fun. Okay, cool. Let's see. That means it's going to be time for a little thing that we call props to you.
Another exciting props to you.
Additional props to you.
Thank you. Hey, Bob.
Yep.
First place, 4,025 points. You've got Jaylen Brown's over 24.5 versus the Blazers this evening. How many points are you betting?
Give me 800 points.
800 points. He didn't have to, but he did anyway. Hey, me, Christian Brown, over 11.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We already went over it. I'm going to bet 750 points. Hey, Michael, 1750 is your point total. You've got Anthony Simons over 22.5 versus the Boston Celtics. What a bet for you today.
I don't love it.
How many are you betting?
I don't love that. Give me 250.
250. Hey, Trey, I bet you I know what you're betting.
I'm playing
Derek White
conservative.
over
I'm playing
15 and a
conservative
half
this year.
points versus the Blazers tonight.
MVP-ness.
You're going to put all 200 on it? Or you're going to
Playing conservative,
Gonna
going all
lose
in.
Going
I'm
all
playing
in.
conservative this year.
that big loss last week? Sorry about it. That crown's coming home to Papa.
Derek White's going to score over 15.
You mean Bob?
Baba.
I'm getting those.
Baba.
I'm getting those doubles.
mean
You know what I
Baba.
mean? That 2-1.
Yeah, but if you lose, it's also.
It's not.
That's how it works.
No.
Uh-huh.
That's not how anything works in
It's
gambling.
Michael's game, so
That's how it works.
It's my segment.
If you lose, you lose.
it's my segment. It's my segment, a part of his
So we
show.
have a thing, man.
I'm actively
Come on, you've got a bucket. He's got a fact.
freaking out.
You've always had
Give me a
props.
prop.
You've always had props.
Anyway.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Really do appreciate it. It has been a fun episode for everybody except me. I feel like I'm going to die. Don't ever do that much to bomb. It is really, really bad. Before we run out of here, actually, before we get out of here, let me share this tab instead and go standings. As we recap last week's action. Oh, there it is. Of an update on the standings. Your boy beat Trey. Kind of a blowout. 18-1. You wouldn't say that?
You lost by 300 points.
That's a blowout, my
And
guy.
let me add that I forgot to play. I missed out on my. Oh yeah, you did play those, didn't
I
you?
fixed your plays, so it was
okay.
still a 300-point blowout.
Yeah. I had a few injuries. We'll blame it on that.
Shut up, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, I blew
did I.
I blew everybody out by like 200 points a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Only
It's all
counts for
good.
one win, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
sure,
it does.
sure.
We'll see come
Justin
playoff
takes
time.
down Kyle to secure second place for the end of the season. Kyle is in third, and now we've got some action brewing here in the 4s and 5 spots. Because of his loss to me, Trey must win out, meaning he must win this week, which he will against Jack, but then he has to beat Justin next week because George might beat Kyle this week. And if George beats Kyle this week, he has an automatic win next week going into the playoffs. So that means that they will tie it for the record for standings, and George has a significantly higher point total scored. So that would mean that George would make the playoffs over Trey.
Not to extend this, but I do have a question.
I do have an
Can't
answer.
let that
So
happen.
if Kyle loses this week, he moves to 11-9. Right? And if Trey wins this week, right, he moves to 11-9.
Yeah.
Now my next question is, who does Kyle play the week after that?
Oh, good
Guess we
question.
Guess we could check. Let's see. I gotta zoom out a little bit.
So
Let's see
zoomed in.
here. Yeah, so zoomies. So this week Kyle has.
So then if you
Bob.
beat Kyle the last week,
Oh, that's the
he
matchup.
plays Bob to end the season.
Yes, sir.
And I allow Trey to win.
You can't do that. I'm not gonna allow that.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then. That seems fun.
We're not.
I'm
not
gonna
doing
beat
cool.
you. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
beat you anyways. You ain't gotta let me.
Okay, all right.
We're not doing.
I'm gonna liquidate.
anyway,
I'm
if-
going to liquidate my roster right before the end of this week, and I'll let you guys.
Could it
piranha
happen
up
that
the rest of
George
it.
There you go.
tops Kyle? Would be my question. I don't know.
George, no.
No. Okay.
If he makes the playoffs, he's in the 4 spot. It's the only way it happens.
That's what I'm saying. Could he top if Kyle loses out?
Kyle needed to lose last week, and I beat Michael because I would have tied Michael, or me and Kyle would have been tied this week. And if I would have won this week and he lost, and then
You
I
and me
beat you.
tied? What?
No,
If Kyle would have lost last week and I beat you last week,
Too much math.
me and Kyle would have been tied this week.
Yeah.
Just throw
Yes.
it.
So if
I
I
know
would have
that.
won out and he lost this
But-
week, I would have. That's what I was explaining to him.
Yeah. Well, but there's a 300-point loss.
Yeah, it's all right.
All
Not worried
right.
about it because I'll win in the playoffs.
Against who?
Saying it here, whoever I come against.
Oh,
That's right. I know that everybody's worried to play me.
Love is
Like,
kind.
I already know that for a fact.
MVP
So,
penis?
Trey?
come playoff time,
I am most definitely not worried about playing you.
out of everybody else in the playoffs, I guarantee you are.
I bet you're afraid of playing me too. Okay,
You are.
Russell.
Over-
okay,
over-
Russell.
Over Kyle, Justin, and Kyle, Justin, and myself. You're trying to say you're more scared to play Justin than me?
Yes, his team is better than yours.
All right, we'll see.
I'm not
Well,
scared of
I'll
anybody.
beat Justin just like I did
First
last
of all,
time
let's
in
make
the last couple
let's
weeks.
make this clear. I'm not scared of anybody, but
Except for Shai Halud.
I'm not. That's true. Shai Halud, yeah. But Shai Halud
Shai
will
Halud.
decide if you live or die. If you become a friend or you die.
It's just the competitiveness coming out. You know, I was in 10th place,
you were
streamed away,
I'm,
and
hey, you're killing it.
now, yeah, went on. He
I'm
stopped.
proud
He
of
stopped
you.
he stopped my win streak. I'll give him that. The best player in the league, but I'm definitely a problem. So watch out.
I'm a problem.
Could be. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. It was a whole lot of fun. My stomach hurts. Bob, what do you got for the people?
Not a lot, but if I could leave them with something, go touch the fucking grass.
Touch the grass, then go buy a Touch the Grass tee. YayBasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. Justin,
Just thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Have a good day.
thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, share with friends, rate 5 stars, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we are recording live from the Yay studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Trey, what do you got for the people?
Well,
Oh my God.
it's National Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day. So we're gonna recognize them because I'm about to catch some bodies in the playoffs this fantasy season.
Boy,
See you later.
and Michael is dead.
I'm going to need one of those in a minute. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We really do appreciate it. My stomach hurts. I have to poo. I need to use the restroom really bad.
See you guys.
Love you so much. See you next time.
Don't forget.
Yay, basketball.